Let's do it again. Leafs fans, Bruins fans, how are we doing? Bruins fans, if you're feeling a little better about yourself, hit that like button because wow. That was, I'll be honest, that was kind of a shit series for you guys, but that goal was chef kiss, baby. Welcome back to It's About Hockey. I'm Mason, and tonight we're talking about the Boston Bruins eliminating the Toronto Maple Leafs in Game 7, in overtime, in Boston. Oh, Leafs fans. I'm sorry it's happened to you guys again. There's another thing to add to the list of misfortunate mishappenings for you guys. I'm bummed because I can't see Austin Matthews play any deeper in the playoffs other than round one. I'm upset you guys didn't have Joseph Wall in net. I mean, I'm sure you guys are upset, but that's how the dice fell. I'm excited to see William Nylander play in the future. That's really all about it for the Maple Leafs, man. I don't know what else to say. I mean, other than you guys fought back. I thought you were dead in the water. Everyone in the world thought you were dead in the water. But you came back. Austin Matthews comes back, and you guys lose. Interesting. I'm not saying he's the cause, but just interesting. Yeah, I don't know how to judge you guys in the offseason anymore. I still think Sheldon Keefe is gone. But looking at your contracts, the big four, the core four, they're all there with no move clauses. So I don't really know what you guys are going to do. But that's a topic for another time. This video is going to talk about the Bruins a little bit more in depth and the series more in depth because Bruins fans, you guys deserve your props. I picked you guys in 7. Glad to see that worked out. Wasn't too sure about it last video, but it worked out. And I'm sure you guys are happy. Everyone in that building was elated. I'm sure there's a lot of stress throwing off your shoulders now, but let's dive into this game, shall we? All right, like I said, Bruins eliminate the Maple Leafs with OT win in Game 7. David Pastrnak, Pasta finally coming through. After Montgomery called your boy out a little bit, I don't think it's too much. He said it in his postgame, in his pregame. He didn't read too much into it. Who knows if he's telling the truth or not? But you got to take it on the chin because obviously he wasn't performing. I even said it in my last video about the series. Your biggest stars got to be your biggest stars, and he was the biggest star of the night. Now, we're gonna look at the goal because it was beautiful. But before we do that, we're gonna look at the stats really quick. William Nylander obviously getting everything on the board. Midway through the third period, off a muffin. It was, let's be real, that was a beautiful pass from Austin Matthews, and I think it was a really lucky goal. I'm glad it went in because it made the game interesting, but it was kind of a muffin shot. Not to chirp him too bad, but it was floating in. Regardless, Bruins answered back. Not a minute and a half later. Made things a hell of a lot interesting for the night because all these Game 7s or all these games we had lately have been kind of boring. But boring but good because they've been well played games. And then obviously Pastrnak ending it in overtime. Talking about the game stats themselves, pretty even game. I gotta say it wasn't. There was ebbs and flows for both teams. I definitely think Toronto had the upper hand in the second period. I think everyone kind of felt that. They came out flying. Third period, they kind of let off the gas a little bit until they got that goal, and then Keefe started shifting the lines a little bit, putting the Nylander and Austin Matthews together with Bertuzzi, which obviously got them the goal, and then Austin Matthews was floating around different lines pretty much all third period. So it was pretty evenly matched, and then like I said, once the Bruins got their goal, you can feel it, like they're gonna be coming at them, and they did. So it was like this. It was just like teeter-tottering the whole game pretty much for me. It felt like, looking at the stats again, even face-offs, power plays, no power play goals, penalty minutes, pretty even for the most part. Yeah, obviously people thought there were some calls that should have been called either way. It's playoffs. I'm not going to read too much into it. There's nothing that was obvious to me. Hits pretty even, 52-57. Block shots 23-20. Giveaways. This is where the Bruins kind of slipped up a little bit. And I think this happened a lot late into the second period. 12-1. Those giveaways, they could have hurt them a lot, but Swayman back there helping you guys out for sure. Takeaways 3-5. Regardless, all this doesn't even matter anymore. We're on to the next. We are going to talk about the goal, though. Let's go take a look at it. This thing was beautiful, and I'm starting it here because I want to point something out here. Now, I'm sure if you're a Bruins fan or if you're a Leafs fan, you've probably watched this goal a lot lately. There was one little thing that I picked up on that, when I originally saw this, I was like, yeah, that's a set play. But I also think that was a lucky bounce. I mean, let's be real. You're not going to know where that puck is going to bounce or how it's going to bounce once you dump it in the corner like that. If you know you're building, you can have a good idea, but that bounce was pretty damn perfect. So, not to take it away, you guys deserved it. It was a beautiful play. I 100% agree with that. Let's watch it really quick. We're going to get to it, right? Obviously, the puck bounced off on this Geico sign here. Landed on Pasternak's stick. Forehand, backhand, boom, in the back of the net. Beautiful. Beautiful. But what I want to point out, let's see if I can scroll to it so we don't have to deal with all this anymore. Let's keep going. Here we go. Again, off the sign. Forehand, backhand. Right over the pad. Samsonov. Unfortunate. It really is unfortunate because he was playing a good game. But I felt like he should have had that one a little bit. He should have challenged a little bit more. He kind of waited. Like there was a perfect opportunity right here. Obviously, he sees Pastrnak coming down. Like, poke check right here. Poke check right here. If you're going to get beat, you're going to get beat, but at least poke check the damn thing. You have 4 players, 1, 2, 3, 4 right there to help you out. So I think he should have challenged that a little bit more. But game 7, probably a little bit nervous. You want to be in the best position possible. I think he did that. He didn't challenge it, but he positioned himself obviously not well because he got beat, but he should have challenged that poke check. Even on the forehand to backhand move, he should have swiped at it regardless. But we want to go to what I want to point out is the dump in. We'll get to it. Come on. Okay, this is what I want to point out right here. Oh, this was beautiful. If this is what happened, I haven't seen any post game from either players. If this is what happened, watch Pastrnak rotate his hand and point. Do you see it? Let's go back. See him point. And then once he sees it, he hauls ass. Now, I've played for a good amount of time. Yeah, that could be anything. But that tells me right there that he knew what he was going to. The damn spider flying. But he told me, what he just told me was that was obviously a set play. But that little nod of the stick right there, that flip over, that is beautiful right there. Like those the little details that you see in these shots. Obviously, like I said, the bounce, it could not be any more perfect. I mean, it just winds up on his stick. Beautiful goal. Beautiful goal. PASTRNAK, welcome to the playoffs, or welcome to Game 7. I wanted to look at his stats again because we talked about him last time. I wanted to compare, see how he did this game, because overall I felt like he was having like an average game as well. Like that was luck. I'm not gonna even deny that. It was a really good goal, but it was luck. Like, let's just be 100% honest. He got rocked in the first period. He wasn't playing that great in the second. Third period, he was kind of invisible for a minute until you guys scored that goal. And then overtime, he was a little bit more noticeable, even though he only played for like 3 minutes. Obviously, he got that goal. But I wanted to look at his stats for the game for today. So obviously, 1 goal, 1 point, ones that matter. Cool, kudos. Shots on goal, 4. Shifts, 30, right? It shifts. Yeah, it shifts. Time on ice, 21-21, right? So his stats, if you're looking at the stats, they're pretty much all the same. They're pretty average, right? I mean, average for him, 4 shots, 4 shots, 4 shots, 4 shots, 1 shot. Shifts is being managed extremely well. And what else we got here? Goals, obviously. But yeah, like I said, it wasn't a stellar performance from him. I don't think, I don't want to take anything away from him. I don't want to take the win away from you guys, but he's got to play better. He's got to be hurt, in my opinion. He's got to be hurt. He's got to be dealing with something. Everyone's dealing with something in a 7-game series. So I don't blame him for that. But also, let's not read too much into his performance. It wasn't that great. He got the goal that mattered, and you guys are on to the next. So, again, I'm not taking that away from you guys. But I'm just like, you know what? That was a little luck. Let's call a spade a spade. Looking at you guys' overall performance in the playoffs, leading point leader, Marchand. He just got too much belief in his team. Too much. Swayman obviously holding down the fort. 1 point. Oh, let's switch off. 1.49 goals against. Pretty good. Save percentage, .950. Pretty good. Defense, McAvoy holding it down. Nothing too crazy here. Like I said, the one person that stuck out on the list last time was PASTRNAK for goals. He's booming up the list now. He's got 3. So, 1 every 2 games, 1 every 3 games, just about. Going against Florida, he's everyone's got to play better, but he's got to play better for sure. And if he's injured and he's playing a physical team, I don't expect his performance to pick up all that much, depending on whatever his injury is or whatever he's dealing with. Maybe it's just a mental thing. Maybe he's got past the first round and now he's feeling good. In the second round, he's going to just light it up. Who knows? But looking at the Leafs, Austin Matthews, leading point scorer for the team. The one thing that sticks out from this whole list here, we can talk about goals. William Nylander, give the man the C. I mean, let's just be real. It's either him or Austin Matthews. John Tavares, I don't know. We're obviously not in the room. He doesn't seem like, from my perspective, like he's a captain at all. Like I forget he's even there half the time. So give Austin Matthews a C. Give Willie an A. Whatever. Just take it away from John. I don't care. Like I said, the big takeaway is Joseph Wall. Super stud performer. The last couple games, don't read too much into that. We'll see how he wasn't super great, but he was better in the playoffs. And unfortunate that he had to miss the game today. I guess we'll find out whatever that injury is. If it's not out already, we'll find out pretty soon. We think it was a knee on that last goal, which would be super unfortunate, but we're moving on. Looking at the teams side by side. Again, series is pretty even. Like, it's not like one team smoked the other. It seemed like that for a while until Toronto made it a fight. But offensive and defensive zones, again, were held by Boston just a little bit more. They had a little bit more in the tank early in the series. And they left it all on the table in Game 7. So not too much to really brag about here as far as like this. I mean, shots, yeah, it's pretty even. Toronto definitely had more shots. You can see 184 to 161. Goals are what matter in this whole thing. Obviously, they matter in every game, but if they could have had got a couple more goals of Austin Matthews, who knows if he was healthy, maybe. But We don't know. All right, moving on to this is where it gets kind of interesting for me. Trying to find the holes in this series for you guys. Boston Bruins power play 35%. Not horrible, but not great. 17 or 6 for 17. That's like one every 1.3 power plays, or I'm sorry, 3.3 power plays, or something like that. Something close. So it's not great. What's shocking to me here is the next stat. This is Toronto's power play. 1 for 21. You want to know why you guys lost the series? 1 for 21, the power play. Your power play is at 4.8%. That is garbage. That's lower than garbage. That's the Earthworms dookie beneath the garbage. Good luck trying to win a series with that, especially, okay, Austin Matthews. We know about Austin Matthews, but we can't rely on that anymore, all right? We just can't. He's out for 3 games. You got to step it up. Your team's got to step it up, and that right there, I don't know how you expect to win a series like that. Granted, you guys made a series. Like, I'm giving you some kudos for that. But this right here, this 4.8, that's bad, man. That's bad. And Swayman played great. That's, you guys had your looks, but come on. Like, you guys beat him in shots. You can put something in the net. The one thing I will give you guys kudos for, it was a physical series. It was a very physical series. I didn't expect any less. I expected actually to be a more physical series between Tampa and Florida, but you guys held the ground for this one. Most hits in the playoffs thus far, 356. Did that mess you guys up? Maybe. Maybe some players were injured and dealing with some stuff they didn't want to be dealing with, but that's the look of the game. But yeah, kudos. You had the most hits. Didn't have the most goals and didn't have the most wins. So that's the only positive stat I can really find for you guys. Other than William Nylander finally waking up, Joseph Wall looking like a freaking stud. Not a whole lot to brag about Toronto right now. Like I said, your core 4, they all have no move clauses in their contract. Sheldon Keefe, it feels like he was out of a job after Game 4. Did he keep it? Did he do enough to keep it? Debatable. He got it to 7 without Austin Matthews and with 2 different goalies. So it's hard right now. It's hard. Is he going to be there or not? I know a lot of people don't want him there. I'm just really interested to know what the front office is going to do because he made a case for himself. Let's be real. But is it time for a change? Probably. So yeah, Bruins fans, how the hell are you? If you're feeling good about this series, if you're feeling good about getting that dub, do me a favor, hit that like button. I picked you guys in 7. I know I gave it to you last video, but you deserved it. I mean, let's be real. You know you deserve that. But you guys move on to the next round. It's on to Florida. It should be a very interesting series. Eliminated. Like I said, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. Boston, you're on to the next. Congratulations. Again, I wanted to see you guys move on for a rematch of last year. Hopefully you guys don't get blown out. Hopefully it's an even series. Florida's looking pretty good. They're rested. Hopefully this is a spark you guys needed to at least make an interesting next round. Toronto. Oh, Toronto. You got to have belief in that locker room. Brad Marchand, you clown, buddy. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. I'm a small creator in a big space. I do appreciate all the likes, all the comments, everything. I do my best to get back to your comments. So leave me some comments if you can. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the future games. I'm all for it. Hit me up on Twitter or X, whatever. I'm around. I'm here to talk hockey. I'm here to talk about these series. Boston, again, congratulations. Toronto, Let me know if this sounds a little bit familiar. Peace out, boys. I'll see you Leafs fans next year.